Hi everyone, this is Nick Andrews with Liberty Mutual Insurance and welcome to today's Insurance Agency video panel. Today we're going to be discussing the importance of community involvement. We have three independent agents on the line today to discuss the importance of community involvement. So with that, I'd like to introduce today's panelists. Joining us from GHM Insurance, please welcome Samantha Burdick. Samantha, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Nick.
And Samantha, do you go by Sam or Samantha? What do you want me to call you today?
Sam is fine.
All right, Sam. So how long have you been with GHM Insurance?
I have been at GHM for a year now.
And what's your role there?
I'm the director of marketing.
And Sam, icebreaker question for you. Who would be cast as the lead actress in a movie about your life?
I think I would have to go with, I would love like Cameron Diaz, even though I'm not blonde, but we could just pretend.
Okay. And joining us from Levine Insurance, it's Alexandra Levine. Allie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me, Nick. Always great to be with you on this wonderful Monday.
Of course, yeah. And Allie, how long have you been in the insurance industry?
I've been in the industry for close to 2 years now.
What's your role at Levine Insurance?
I am the president of Levine Insurance.
Allie, icebreaker question for you. If you had to sing karaoke, what song would you sing?
I won't sing it, Nick. Otherwise, I think people will exit this video very quick. However, I'm a 90s girl at heart. I'd have to say Wanna Be by the Spice Girls.
All right, I like it. Good old Spice Girls. That's awesome.
Yeah, spice up your life.
Also joining us from Levine Insurance, it's Sammy Levine. Sammy, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Sammy, how long have you been in insurance and what's your role at Levine Insurance?
I've been working for Levine Insurance for like almost a year now, and I'm the marketing director, and I'm now getting my insurance license, so hopefully I pass my exam very, very soon, a couple weeks.
Awesome. Good old Quinnipiac University in Connecticut. I love it. Sammy, what's your most used emoji?
I would say the laughing tears face. It's like I love to laugh, and I'm always like laughing at everything, so I always like put that with it. Everything I laugh at. So yeah.
So I'd like to get today's conversation started on community involvement with you, Allie. Allie, what got your agency started with community involvement, and how did you select the first cause to support?
So our agency has always been super involved in the community. As a small mom and pop agency, I would say that being present in the community has always been very important throughout the past 3 generations. And now being in the 4th generation of our agency, we thought it's such a great idea to pick a cause to focus on that's near and dear to our hearts, and a lot of people can connect to. So with that being said, we chose the American Heart Association. Heart disease runs in our family, and we thought that a way to honor our family's legacy, to celebrate their strength, to celebrate the strength of all those affected by heart disease and stroke, we became really involved in that organization. One of the nice things about the organization is they have a young professionals committee that my sister and I are very active on. So it's been really great to join together as young professionals to bring awareness to such an important cause, as well as bring awareness to insurance and bring that to the table, and commingle those worlds.
That's a really nice story, and it's just when it hits home and it makes it more meaningful and powerful. And I think as we continue the conversation about how this strengthens the agency, that we're gonna really see that shine through. And Sam, how about you at GHM Insurance? How did your agency get started with community involvement and charitable giving, and How did you select your first cause to support?
Yeah, so I would say it's similar to Levine Insurance. We have been a family-owned insurance agency since 1901, and it's
Wow.
always been part of our brand. So with the current president and CEO, Bill, he's always had a really long partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of America. And so generations of his family had grown up going to the Boys and Girls Club as well. And in the early 90s, we actually became the first Boys and Girls Club YMCA merger. And Bill was really instrumental in that. He volunteered over 30 hours a week to build the new facility and be the volunteer project manager. And that just developed this really strong relationship with the Boys and Girls Club of the greater Waterville area. And ever since, we've had a really close relationship with them. Our agency hosts a golf tournament every single year where we've raised over $500,000 for the Boys and Girls Club. And actually, Bill and his wife, Vicky, organized an evening or a weekend backpack program for food insecure families that went to the AYCC, which is about 80% of the families that they serve. So every weekend they can bring home some meals to sustain them throughout the weekend as well.
That's really great, Sam. And you hit on a really important point about the agency's branding. I think a lot of times, agency owners will get caught up in, what is my brand? How do I compete with these larger companies on brand? And, being local and giving back to the community is the brand, right? Now we go beyond colors and logos. That stuff's important too, but what the agency is actually doing is such a critical part of the brand. So I think that's a really important point you just brought up. And Sammy, I want to jump over to you regarding the agency's involvement in the community. How does the staff respond to that? Are they appreciative? Are they supportive? Does it not really matter? How does that really, tie the agency's, fabric together?
Well, our staff definitely is supportive for our agency. With the American Heart Association, we like to involve everyone as much as we can. If we'll send evites on email or just tell everyone about it, and if they want to join, they can join. They can come to the events. It's up to them. It's not a mandatory thing, but they definitely do support it. But yeah, everyone supports it. Everyone, I think, since it's to honor our legacy and everything, that they want to support us in every way possible. And even if it's a donation, they don't have to always come to and volunteer at the events. They're always somehow present with us. So yeah.
I'm curious, what's the attendance rate on some of these events? Do you get 100% of the staff coming?
Or? I don't, not 100%, but they definitely, people do donate. When we ask, if we send an evite or something, they'll donate something. Well, doesn't matter how big or how little, but they'll donate as much as anyone can. So yeah.
And also even if the staff aren't coming to, for example, an American Heart Association hosted event, we try to get creative and incorporate that organization kind of in our core values in our office, whether it be having a healthy lunch all together, encouraging each other to stand up from your desk, take a walk. I mean, people, you sit down. I know I'm guilty of it. I sit down at my desk at 8:30, and before I know it, I look at the clock and it's 2:00, and I'm like, wow, I haven't even stood up yet. And I think, to build on what my sister was saying, the fact that we chose this charity to honor most recently our father's passing, and the people whom we work with have worked with our dad for 30 years, 20 years. People are really motivated to A, instill the values in their own lives, right? And B, be able to bring awareness to this organization, whether it be themselves, whether it be sharing the information with clients, with their families, and overall create a healthier community, which is one I know we encourage. So
That's
yeah,
great.
and also with that, like even like obviously like our clients too, also they'll contribute and they'll do as much as they can, because like since we were originally word of mouth, we weren't online, and since we were such a close knit like with our clients that they want to also join, because they knew our father, they knew like our family, and they wanted to contribute that, like, and also with like our staff as well. So as much as they can, they want to also be there and be present and support Levine Insurance no matter what, and to like have those core values instilled.
And
Yeah.
Sam, how does your agency's community involvement impact your agency staff?
Yeah, so I would say it's a big part of our overall staff culture, and there are some people that get more involved than others, but we do some events. We also have staff that just volunteer for organizations in their own time because they're passionate about it. So we try to gauge like what are the things that are important to our staff and how we can support those as well. One example would be like we have one staff member who's been really involved in United Way for years and years, and when he came to GHM, brought that involvement and talked to Bill about getting involved with GHM in a deeper, with United Way in a deeper way. So different things like that. But we have staff that volunteer and serve on boards of the homeless shelter and the Humane Society, a lot of involvement in local chambers and chamber events. And then we'll do different staff events, like we have probably 10 staff that participate in a fundraiser called Bowl for Kids' Sake, which is benefits the Big Brothers Big Sisters. Over COVID, we had I think 15 staff that participated in a virtual walk for ending hunger in Maine. And we also do Christmas drives. So we'll do a reverse advent calendar where we collect essential items for the homeless shelter, and we collect toys for our local Maine children's home. So yeah, all of that. It's just finding different ways for the staff to get involved. Like someone might not want to go to an event, but they'll donate to the Christmas program. So I would say everyone participates in some way, and they find it really empowering, and it's a great way to lift our spirits and improve our work culture as well.
Ali, I've spoken with a lot of agency owners and other agency principals in your leadership position at other agencies, and some of them will say like, oh, Nick, I don't want to talk about these things because it feels like I'm patting myself on the back. Like, how would you address that, and kind of how do you kind of tightrope that whole showing people the agency is involved but not crossing over into the, hey, look at me, look at all the cool things I'm doing?
Yeah, that's a great question, Nick. So I think that it all starts with like the way it's communicated, I think. And I think how we communicate our community involvement and the things that we do, no pun intended, we really do it from the bottom of our hearts. We absolutely love the organization that we're involved with, and we love to help people. I mean, if you think about it, that's really what being an insurance agent is, right? You help people, whether it's you help people find the right policy, you help people when they have a loss, and you are people's support system. And I think there's nothing wrong with showcasing other ways that you and your agency and your staff are supportive. To build on that, it really, as you were saying before, it's not enough to just be an insurance agent anymore. I mean, I'm sure you know the number figure, but there is so much competition out there that I think if you're doing something to be different than someone else, like, you better show it. Otherwise, people don't know. And it's exciting. It's exciting to be a part of things. It's exciting to do good. And good fuels good, in my opinion. I know if I'm in the store buying a soap or body wash, and one body wash donates, to World Hunger or Clean Water, I definitely buy that body wash that's donating to Clean Water or World Hunger. It just feels good. And I don't know if anyone watches Friends, but like there was an episode once where I think it was Phoebe and Joey saying, like, when you do a good deed, it's for you also. And it's like, so what? Like, so what if it makes you feel good? It should make you feel good. It's awesome to be a part of things. And I have to say, like, did I have those thoughts at one point? Sure. Like I am on a personal level outside of the agency super involved in the American Heart Association and some other organizations. And I've received awards and I've won like the biggest fundraiser at certain things. And do I blush a little? Yes, but I think it really shows people the core of who we are as people, who we are as an agency. And like when we're passionate about something, we give 100%. And it's nice to show people that, because if you're our client, we're going to give you 100% of ourselves. And there's life outside of work, and it truly is a part of our life outside of the office. And it's our pleasure to commingle those worlds. It's amazing. Like, I love it. So I think that other agency owners, other agency principals should be excited to share. I'm more than sure that people will be excited to learn about the things that they're doing. And maybe people want to get involved, like this year, of course, like things are a little different. There's not as many heart walks. There's not as many galas, but there are virtual options this year. Like, and I know if I didn't see that in social media, I wouldn't have necessarily have known that. I would have thought, oh, okay, events are on hold till next year. But it's important, especially in this time, to showcase what's going on, how you're getting involved. People are looking for things to do.
That's great. That was a really nice statement right there. So that's awesome. I've heard so many good ideas already, and all these good ideas, they're fantastic. But unless people know about them, does it have the intended impact of showing the local community how involved you are, building that brand of the local agent who cares about the community is so vital. And I could throw a lot of statistics at you about how people will switch. They will actually switch who they do business with if the business is involved in the community, that they give back. This whole notion of corporate social responsibility is real, right? People want to do business with a company that makes the community a better place. It's almost no longer good enough to just be an insurance agent who sells insurance. You need to make the community a better place. So how do you let people know about this? So Sammy, what are some of like the marketing tactics? How do you kind of gently infuse this spirit and culture of community involvement into some of your client-facing and prospect-facing communications and marketing tactics?
Okay, yeah. For Levine Insurance, we have our referral program, and we have our welcome kit. So once you become a client, you'll give you like a welcome kit about our agency, what we're about, and then we also have the referral program, which tells you about like, so it's if someone refers you for a client, we donate $5 to the American Heart Association. So like that's like a way to implement, to show that like how much we care, and that's like our part of the community. And then we're gonna have like highlights for our Instagram about the referral program, and see like to like show like the events that we are like doing with the American Heart Association, and then posting on all like our social media platforms that we are involved, to show that engagement, especially like me and Allie posted on her Instagram, and then you had to repost that, of her at the, like we did the Red Ball Gala. That was this past year, so that's another thing to like show like Allie got this award, which was amazing. And yeah, we explain to our clients like through like our like social media presence of how like involved we are, and then we're like getting ready for our newsletter, and then on our website we're gonna have like our referral program like a little bit more like written out so everyone can understand it, just like our welcome kit.
Sam, I want to jump to you in terms of how is GHM infusing its robust community involvement into your marketing efforts?
Yeah, so I think we do a lot of the same things in our newsletter. We do both paper and digital newsletters. We also have our referral program. We do pop buys to different realtors and loan officers and other community partners that help us with our referral program. So we showcase what the amount that we've been giving back through that program is through those ways. And then the other thing that we do, or I try to do pretty consistently, is write press releases. So for example, in March when the pandemic hit, we partnered with a local restaurant and we matched whatever they were able to raise, and the Boys and Girls Club was doing meals for families impacted by COVID, and it was like 1,000 meals a day. So it was a lot of money that they needed to raise to do that. And we, the restaurant sold like meals for $5, and we matched that, and we were able to donate. And we got a lot of local press off of that. And then other restaurants and other businesses in town kind of piggybacked on that and did something, and it helped to expand what we were doing and expand the help that the Elf-on Youth Center was getting. So I think press releases can be really important as well, and sometimes get overlooked.
So Allie, have you ever received any positive feedback from any of your clients, just anecdotally, that they're really appreciative or supportive of the fact that your agency is so heavily involved in the community?
Absolutely. I think that when people learn about our referral program, they really enjoy seeing how we are bringing, our passion of being healthy and educating people to live a heart and brain healthy life into our workplace, and how the two are benefiting one another. I think especially because everyone can benefit from living a heart healthy life, a heart and brain healthy lifestyle. People are, excited to implement it, and excited to be able to help support us in another way. We have rock star clients. I might be biased, but they're pretty awesome. And they've been really, really supportive, and we're so thankful. Being that the past 3 generations were the growth was purely based on a referral basis. Before my sister created the website a few months ago, you would Google us, and some other agency in Connecticut would come up. So the referral, the referral aspect of our business has always been there, right? But putting in this formal program, it reminds people to make referrals, and it gets people even more excited to do it. They're, doing 2 good things: helping raise money for a good cause and support our business.
And Sammy, what's your experience been with clients reaching out in terms of your community involvement?
Well, I definitely have noticed that one of our clients said, like, I think it's great that you're doing so, like, you guys are donating to something that, like, so is so important to you guys, and that definitely is, like, a positive in, like, you guys being our insurance agents, which really makes, like, you feel good about yourself, and also, like, that, like, it actually does, like, you get a good response from your client, and that's why they're even happier to work with you. Like, I know for me at least, like Alex said for her, like, that, yeah, it's nice to see, like, oh, like, there's a soap. Like, I know that there's a jean brand that I forgot what it was called, but it's sustainable clothing. So, like, a lot of, like, that's, like, been a thing for a while now. And, like, yeah, in a way, I know, like, sustainable clothing could be a little bit more expensive, but I'm happier to buy something that's going to be better for the environment, that's going to be doing good, than, like, me not, like, buying something that's not going to be. So I feel good that, like, I'm supporting something in a better cause. So, and I definitely get, like, good feedback from my friends. Think it's a great program, and, like, people that we've known for years are like, this is a great opportunity for you guys to do that. And I've heard nothing but good things from our clients, and that they truly, like, support our company, and having the AHA being part of it. So, yeah.
And also to further build on that, I think it kind of opens the door for that client agent relationship to become a little bit closer and a little bit more personal. Like, I find that people, share stories about how they might be connected to the cause, and it's really nice to feel so trusted and feel so it's so special that people feel so able to trust us and want to share those stories with us, and want to further get involved. And yeah, it's been really, really awesome.
And Sam, what's your experience been? Have you had any clients reach out and compliment the agency on its community involvement?
Yeah, so I would say, because it's such a huge part of our brand, our clients have gotten really used to it. But we recently just revamped our referral program. And like I said, tried to do a lot during that first part of COVID to really lift up the nonprofits around us that were struggling. And one of our clients, I just had a quote I wanted to share, reached out and said, "I'm really proud to do business with a company that does so much for our community." So I think that people notice, and we get comments under our Facebook videos when we have delivered a check or something, and just thanking us for our involvement. And I think that that's a really big part of it.
I want to jump to money for a second here, and want to ask the field about new business retention. How are these community involvement efforts impacting the agency's bottom line? And Allie, do you want to get us kicked off with that?
Sure. So as I mentioned before, prior to the fourth generation, aka my sister and I, the growth was purely based on a referral basis, which goes to show how strong our client network is, and how and it shows how much we can rely on our clients to support us and help us grow. That being said, being able to showcase our community involvement has further strengthened our both new business opportunities and retention. To be specific, since implementing our referral program, our referrals have grown by 96%. And it is really amazing, because people, unless they have an insurance claim, right, like, might not be thinking, oh, let me refer my agent out. But developing this referral program has been amazing, and keeping in touch with our clients and reminding them that we're here, we're out there. You have a friend, you have a neighbor, you have a child. refer us. And our retention has, our retention rate has also improved. Last year, our retention rate was 94%, and this year we're at 98%.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So thank you to you, Nick, for shedding knowledge about creating a referral program. And I'm so happy I attended that marketing workshop. When was that? Like, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago or something. No, longer.
That was
a year, probably.
I think that was one of the last times I traveled. It's like a year plus ago.
Yeah. Because I took away so much from it, and I didn't realize how powerful putting on paper a referral program really could be, but the numbers show for themselves how amazing it's doing for our agency, and I'm sure it would have the same impact for others.
And Sam, I want to jump to you over at GHM. What type of impact are you seeing community involvement have on new business and retention?
Yeah, so I don't have any firm numbers like Allie just gave us, but those are really impressive. Great job, you guys. But I would say without a doubt, community involvement positively impacts our revenue and new business and retention. We just launched we had a referral program before. I did the marketer development program, and we also, I would say most of our business was driven through customer referrals. So we just launched that referral program this quarter. So we're only a couple weeks in. So it's really hard to tell the long-term effects of it. But I would say all of our other community involvement initiatives have greatly impacted our business, especially new business, and we've gotten a lot of referrals since we launched this program. So it also has been really helpful because we make partnerships with the nonprofits, and they help to tell their supporters about our referral program as well. So I would say it definitely has been helping drive new business.
Yeah, that's a great point. Being involved in the community. Also, you get the added benefit of having the actual organizations talk about your agency on their social platforms, which is cool. And Sammy, what advice would you give to an agent who's looking to get started with community involvement?
I would say to select an organization of what's most important to you as an agent and to your company. And then based off of that, have a referral program, make newsletters, try to definitely explain to your clients that it's really important to there's something that you truly are passionate about and something that you really care about. And I wouldn't just select some random organization that you think that's cool or something. Pick something that you're passionate about and something that you're related to. The reason why me and Allie are so passionate about the American Heart Association is because our heart disease is in our family, and also our dad unfortunately had a heart attack, and that's what led us to why AHA is so important to us. So having that involvement and being so passionate about something that you truly have, what is the word? Not dedication, but something that drives you, and something that's so important to you that your clients will see, your staff will see, and your friends will see, is definitely something that if you're so passionate about it, everyone else will see it, and put that to paper, put that to your social media, and just express it through word of mouth too as well. But I think that's something that you definitely want to be involved and also to show that to everyone. But yeah, that's what I personally think.
And Sam, what advice would you give to an agent who's looking to get started with community involvement?
Yeah, so similar, just kind of building off what Sammy just said, I think it's super important to find a couple organizations that your employees are really passionate about, that can help you get things up and running. Like the Boys and Girls Club Alpha on Youth Center has been so instrumental for us because they've been such a great partner whenever, you know, we have an idea like, oh, we were thinking about doing this really neat fundraiser. They get behind us 100% and they help us promote it. And, you know, we work with them and they've become a really strong partner for us in that aspect. And, you know, they're very instrumental in helping us get our referral program up and running, and just helping us get the word out. So I think that it's really important just to have a couple partners that that you are passionate about, but also that are almost like nonprofit influencers that can kind of help you spread the word.
I completely agree with that.
And Allie, what advice would you give to an agent who's looking to get started with community involvement?
So I would say to get started, both Samsters spoke really nicely about picking something that you're passionate about. I think bringing your employees into it is also really awesome. I know we have a coworker who is an amazing artist. Like I ask her every day why she works in insurance, because her art is just exquisite. She makes beautiful handmade cards. When Corona hit, she made beautiful handmade masks. And like bringing those things, we have another coworker who loves photography, being able to bring those things to a nonprofit, to another organization, helps get your agency involved, helps get the employees involved, learn what gets them excited, what they would be willing to contribute, and work together to find something that's going to excite everyone. I think it makes it that much easier. It allows people to remember, like, you know, there's so many things you have to talk about on the phone, right? But if your employees are excited or as involved as the agency principal maybe, or as the marketing person maybe, I think it makes a big difference in getting them to communicate to the clients, you know, add it in your email signature, check out our referral program, put it in your welcome packet. There's so many great ways to communicate your referral program. And I think the best way to get started is pick something that's important to you and important to your staff, and that passion will shine through.
We have one unscheduled question from the audience here, but I gotta put my mask on for this one. Hold on one second. So, question, Allie, how do you stay involved when you can't do what you used to be able to do? When you have to put the mask on, when you can't just walk into another person's office, how do you really stay involved in the community during these uncertain and unusual times?
That's a great question. It definitely was a challenge in the beginning. However, I think we've done a good job in adapting to the times. Connecting with previous organizations you may have been involved with. For us, like the American Heart Association, we've been doing things like virtual walks, and we've been doing things like virtual galas, silent auctions online. And in the past, when Levine Insurance may have sponsored a gala in person, we can do the same thing virtually. And being able to get the message out to everyone who's in the Zoom by just simply chatting in the Zoom chat box, it's an awesome thing. While of course we are minglers, we like to socialize, and we love to build our network, there are ways to still be involved. Doing things that are exciting for you. Share what you're doing. People are looking for things to do in this time, whether it be making sure you take a 10-minute walk every day, whether it be supporting your clients who may be in the restaurant industry, who might be frontline workers, right? There's so many great things that you could be doing on a personal level and at an agency level to be showing that support and get involved. While it might not be that same face-to-face interaction, I think, how many months in are we? Almost 5 months into Corona. I think people are really getting the hang of things and open to connecting virtually.
And Sam, what's your experience been trying to stay involved in the community during these uncertain and unusual times?
Yeah, so I would say the same. We've done a lot of virtual things. I mentioned earlier we did a virtual 5K, a Feed Maine 5K. We did, when for the first couple months of Corona, we did Quotes for Community, kind of like a really intensified referral program where we asked the whole community to let us quote their insurance, and we helped 4 different organizations through that. We've Zoomed with different organizations and done just like Zoom interviews like this and posted those on our Facebook. And our agents all did have all been doing outreach calls to our customers as well, just checking in and seeing how everybody's doing, and just trying to stay really connected like that, because we've missed that. We have a lot of clients and customers that would just come and drop off their payments just because they like that interaction and they like to see us, and that's how they always had done it. And so losing that has been sort of a challenge. We wanted to make sure that we're still connecting with all of our customers as much as possible. So we started doing a lot of those outreach calls as well.
And Sammy, what advice would you give? What tips do you have for an agent who's looking to stay active in the community?
Well, for millennials like me, everything's online. We definitely like FaceTiming, Zooming, and also, so like that's like the main thing that like me and Allie have been doing. But also to like get, obviously it sucks like in the insurance agent like industry now, like everything's like with social, that's like how we like network, how we meet people and everything, but we can't do that right now, obviously, because can't be social and social distancing. So but with the community part, obviously, like Allie said, to build off, like we do like Zooms, we do like the fact, like you'll go on your walk and then you take a screenshot and then you send it to our young professionals committee, and then we'll post it. So like those are like what we have been doing. But yeah, so I know like some clients like want that face-to-face interaction, which is obviously like it's not, we can't do that anymore. But if there is a client that wants to come, obviously social distance that part, and like they want to drop off a check, they can drop it in the mailbox and we'll see them in that way, but nothing can't be socializing. So, but we definitely do like as much as we can to have that interaction with our clients and
Yeah,
our community.
And I think also like during this time, positioning ourselves as a resource to people has been really helpful, and people really have appreciated that, whether it be people who, you know, might not know who their agent is and might not know what their coverage means, who maybe weren't necessarily looking to switch agents, but people realize, oh wow, like in these wild times we're in, hey, it's important for me to understand my coverage. And I think just being that resource to people not only like feels good to help people, but also encourages people to be open to becoming our client. And it really allows us to understand the needs of people and what people are looking for in an agent, so we can make sure that we're delivering what's most important to people.
Awesome. Ali, Sammy, and Sam, thank you so much for joining me for today's insurance agency video panel on the importance of community involvement. We're done. Have a great day.
Thanks,
Bye.
Nick.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.